Ladies and gentlemen, and any Syracusians that may be out there, welcome to Ephesus. Before we begin, a decree from our most renowned Duchess of Ephesus. Let it be known heretofore that any persons found in possession of an unsilenced cell phone will be laid under the penalty of death. Furthermore, any flash photography or videos taken will be confiscated and punishable by death. Also, we hope you enjoy the show.
Proceed, Selina, to procure my fall, and by the doom of death end woes and all.
Merchant of Syracusa, plead no more. I am not partial to infringe on our laws. The enmity and discord which of late sprung from the rancorous outrage of your duke to merchants our well-dealing countrymen, who wanting guilders to redeem their lives have sealed his rigorous statutes with their bloods, excludes all pity from our threatening looks. For since the mortal and intestine jars twixt thy seditious countrymen and us, it hath in solemn synods been decreed to admit no traffic to our adverse towns. Nay, more, if any Ephesian-born come to Syracusian marts and fairs, again, if any Syracusian come to the bay of Ephesus, he dies. His goods confiscate to the duke's dispose, unless 1,000 marks be levied to quit the penalty and to ransom him. Thy substance, valued at the highest rate, cannot amount unto 100 marks. Therefore, by law, thou art condemned to die.
Yet, this my comfort. When your words are done, my woes end likewise with the evening sun.
Well, Syracusian, say in brief the cause, why thou departest from thy native home, and for what cause thou camest to Ephesus.
A heavier task than this could not have been imposed, than I to speak my griefs unspeakable. Yet, the world may witness that my end was wrought by nature, not by vile offense. I'll utter what my sorrow gives me leave. In Syracusa was I born and wed unto a woman happy but for me, and by me had not our hap been bad. With her I lived in joy. Our wealth increased by prosperous voyages I often made to Epidemium, till my factor's death. And the great care of goods at random left drew me from the kind embracements of my spouse, from whom my absence was not 6 months old, before herself, almost at fainting under the pleasing punishment that women bear, had made provision for her following me, and soon and safe arrived where I was. There had she not been long, but she became the joyful mother of 2 goodly sons, and, which was strange, the one so like the other as could not be distinguished but by names. That very hour, in the self-same inn, a mean woman was delivered of such a burden, male twins both alike. Those, for their parents were exceeding poor, I bought and brought up to attend my sons. My wife, not meanly proud of 2 such boys, made daily motions for our home return. Unwilling, I agreed. Alas, too soon we came aboard. A league had we sailed from Epidemium before the always window-bang deep gave any tragic instance of our harm, but not longer did retain much hope. For an obscured light the heavens did but convey into our minds the doubtful warrant of immediate death, which though myself would gladly have embraced, yet the incessant weepings of my wife, weeping before for what she saw must come, and the piteous plainings of the pretty babes that mourned for fashion, ignorant what to fear, forced me to seek delays for them and myself. And this it was, for other means was none. The sailors sought for safety by our boat, and left the ship then sinking right to us. My wife, more careful for the latter born, had fastened onto a small spare mast, such as seafaring men provide for storms. To him one of the other twins was bound, whilst I had been like heedful of the other. Thus, the children disposed, my wife and I, fixing our eyes on whom our care was fixed, fastened ourselves at either end the mast, and floating, straight obedient to the stream, was carried towards Corinth, as we thought. At length, the sun, gazing upon the earth, dispersed those vapors that offended us, and by the benefit of his wished light, the seas waxed calm, and we discovered 2 ships from afar, making amain to us. Of Corinth that, of Epidaurus this. But ere they came, oh, let me say no more, gather the sequel by that went before.
Nay, forward, old man, do not break off so, for we may pity, though not pardon thee.
Oh, that the gods had done so, I had not now worthily termed them merciless to us. For ere the ships could meet by twice 5 leagues, we were encountered by a mighty rock, which being violently borne upon our helpful ship was splitted in the midst, so that in this unjust divorce of us, fortune had left to both of us alike, what to delight in, what to sorrow for. Her part, poor soul, seeming as burdened with lesser weight, but not with lesser woe, was carried with more speed before the wind, and they 3 in our sight were taken up by fishermen of Corinth, as we thought. At length another ship had seized on us, and knowing whom it is their hap to save, gave healthful welcome to their shipwrecked guests, and would have reft the fishers of their prey, had not their bark been very slow of sail, and therefore homeward bound did they bend their course. Thus you have heard me severed from my bliss, that by misfortunes was my life prolonged to tell sad stories of my own mishaps.
And for the sake of them thou sorrowest for, do us the favor to dilate at full what have befallen of them and thee till now.
My youngest son, and yet my eldest care, at 18 years, became inquisitive after his brother, and importuned me that as attendant, so his case was like, reft of his brother but retained his name, might bear him company in quest of him, whom, whilst I labored of a love to see, I hazarded the loss of whom I loved. 5 summers have I spent in farthest Greece, roaming clean through the bounds of Asia, and coasting homeward, came to Ephesus, hopeless to find, yet loath to leave unsought, or that or any place that harbors men. And here must end the story of my life, and happy were I in my timely death, could all my travels warrant me they live.
Hapless Aegeon, to whom the fates have marked to bear the extremities of dire mishap. Now trust me, were not against our laws, against my crown, my oath, my dignity, which princes would they may not disannul, my soul would sue as advocate for thee. But though thou art adjudged to death, and past sentence may not be recalled, but to our honor's great disparagement, yet will I favor thee in what I can. Therefore, merchant, I limit thee this day to seek thy health by beneficial help. Try all the friends thou hast in Ephesus, beg thou or borrow to make up the sum and live. If no, then thou art doomed to die. Jailer, take him to thy custody.
Hopeless and helpless doth Aegeon wend, but to procrastinate his lifeless end.
Give out the year of epidemium, lest that your goods too soon become confiscate. For this very day, a Syracusan merchant is apprehended for his arrival here, and not being able to buy out his own life, according to the statute of the town, dies ere the weary sun set in the west. There's your money that I had to keep.
Go back to the centaur where we host, and stay there, Germio, till I come to thee. Within this hour, it'll be dinner time. To that of view the matters of the town, peruse the traders, and then gaze upon the buildings. For with long travel I am stiff and weary.
Get thee away.
Many a man would take you at your word and go indeed, having so good a means.
A trusty villain, sir, that very often I am dull with care and melancholy, lightens my humor with his merry jests. What, will you walk about the town with me, and then go to mine and dine with me?
I'm invited, sir, to certain merchants of whom I hope to make much benefit. I crave your pardon. Soon at 5 o'clock, please you, I will meet with you upon the mart, and afterward consort you till bedtime. My present business calls me from you now.
Farewell to then. I'll go lose myself and wander up and down to view the city.
Sir, I commend you to your own content.
He that commends me to my own content commends me to a thing I cannot get. I to the world am like a drop of water, which in the ocean seeks another drop, who falling from his fellow forth, unseen, inquisitive, confounds himself. So I, in the search of a mother and a brother, in quest of them unhappily, lose myself. Here comes the almanac of my true date. What now? How chance thou art returned so soon?
Return so soon, rather approach too late. The pig burns, the captain falls from the spit. The clock has struck 12 upon the bell. My mistress made it 1 upon my cheek. She is so hot because the meat is cold. The meat is cold because you come not home. You come not home because you have no stomach. You have no stomach, having broke your fast. And we who know what 'tis to fast and pray are penitent for your default today.
Stop in your wind, sir. And tell me this, I pray, where have you left the money that I gave to you? We being strangers here, how darest thou trust so great a charge from thine own custody?
Oh, 6 I had a Wednesday last, to pay the saddler for the crupper. The saddler has it, sir, I kept it not.
I am not in the sportive humor now. Tell me and dally not, where is the money? We being strangers here, how darest thou trust so great a charge?
I pray you just, sir, as we sit down to dinner. I from my mistress come in post, but if I return, I shall be post indeed, for she will scour your fault upon my plate. And methinks your maw, like mine, should be your clock, and strike you home without a messenger.
Come, Dromio, come. These jests are out of season. Save them for a merrier hour than this. Where is the gold I gave in charge to thee?
Why, sir, you gave no gold to me.
Come on, sir knave, have done with your foolishness, and tell me how thou hast disposed thy charge.
My charge was but to fetch you from the mart to your home, the Phoenix, sir, to dinner. My mistress and her sister stays for you.
Now, as I am a Christian, tell me in what safe place you dispose my money, or I shall break that merry sconce of yours that stands on tricks and I'm undisposed. Where is the 1,000 marks thou hadst in me?
I have some of your marks upon my pate. I have some of my mistress' marks upon my shoulders, but not 1,000 marks between you both. If I should pay your worship those marks again, perchance you will not bear them so patiently.
The mistress's marks? What mistress slave hast thou?
Your worship's right, my mistress at the Phoenix. She that doth fast so you come home to dinner. Praise thee, you'll have thee home to dinner.
Will thou flog me in the face? Being bebez, that take thou that, sir knave.
Nay, what mean you? For God's sake, hold your hands. Nay, you will not. I shall take my heels and leave.
By some device or other, the villain is all robbed of all my money. They say this town is full of cozenage, as nimble jugglers at the sea of the eye, disguised cheaters, prating mountebanks, and other such like liberties of sin. If it prove to be so, I'll be gone the sooner. I'll to the centaur to seek this slave. I greatly fear my money is not safe.
Slave returned that in such haste I sent to seek his master. Sure, Luciana, it is 2 o'clock.
Perhaps some merchant hath invited him, and from the mart he's somewhere gone to dinner. Good sister, let us dine, and never fret. A man is master of his liberty. Time is their master, and when they see time, they'll go or come. If so, be patient, sister.
Why should their liberty than ours be more?
Because their business still lies out the door.
Look, when I serve him so, he takes it ill.
Oh no, he is the bridle of your will.
There's none but asses will be bridled so.
Why? Headstrong liberties lashed with woe. There's nothing situate under heaven's eye, but hath us bound in earth and sea and sky. The beasts, the fishes, and the winged fowls are their male subjects, and at their controls. Man more divine, the master of all these, lord of the wide world and wild watery seas, endued with intellectual sense and souls of more preeminence than fish and fowls, are masters to their females and their lords. Then let your will attend on their accords.
This servitude makes you to keep unwed.
Not this, but troubles of the marriage bed.
But were you wedded, you'd bear some sway.
Ere I learn love, I'll practice to obey.
How if your husband starts some other way?
Till he come home again, I would forbear.
Patience unmoved. No marvel though she pause. They can be meek that have no other cause. A wretched soul bruised with adversity, we bid be quiet when we hear it cry. But were we burdened with like weight of pain, as much or more we should ourselves complain. So thou, that hast no unkind mate to grieve thee, with urging, helpless patience should relieve me. But if thou live to see like right bereft, this fool-begged patience in thee will be left.
Well, I will marry one day, but to try. Here comes your man, now is your husband nigh.
Say, is your tardy master now at hand?
Hey, he's had 2 hands in me, and that my 2 ears can witness.
Say, didst thou speak with him? Knowest thou his mind?
Hey, he told his mind upon mine ear, but shew his hand that I could scarce understand.
Spake he so doubtfully thou couldst not feel his meaning?
I felt his blows all too well, but withal so doubtfully, could scarce understand them.
But say, I prithee, is he coming home? It seems he hath great care to please his wife.
Why, sure, my master is horn mad.
Horn mad, thou villain!
Me not cuckold mad, but sure he is stark mad. When I approached him at the mart and asked him to come home for dinner, he asked me for 1,000 marks in gold. "'Tis dinner time," quoth I. "My gold," quoth he. "Will you come?" quoth I. "My gold," quoth he. "The meat is burned," quoth I. "My gold," quoth he. "Where's the 1,000 marks I gave thee, villain?" "The meat," quoth I, "is burned." "My gold," quoth he. "My mistress," quoth I. "I know not thy mistress. Hang up thy mistress, out on thy mistress."
Quoth who?
Quoth my master. "I know," quoth he. "No house, no wife, no mistress." And so that my errand do unto my tongue, I bear home upon my shoulders. For in conclusion, he did beat me there.
Go back again, thou slave, and fetch him home.
Go back, and you be beaten home again? For God's sake, send some other messenger.
Back, slave, or I'll break thy pate across.
And he shall bless that cross with another beating. Between the 2 of you, I shall have a holy head.
Head spraiding peasant, fetch thy master home!
Am I so round with you as you are with me, that like a football you spurn me thus? You spurn me hence, you spurn me hither. If I'm to last in this service, you must encase me in leather.
Fie, how impatience lureth in your face.
His company must do his minions grace, whilst I at home starve for a merry look. Hath homely age the alluring beauty took from my poor cheek? Then he hath wasted it. Are my discourses dull? Barren my wit? If voluble and sharp discourse be marred, unkindness blunts it more than marble hard. To their gay vestments his affections bait. That's not my fault. He's master of my state. Oh, ruins are in me that can be found by him not ruined. Then is he the ground of my defeatures. My decayed fare, a sunny look of his would soon repair. But too unruly dear, he breaks the bale and feeds from home. Poor I am but as stale.
Self-harming jealousy. Fie, beat it hence.
Unfeeling fools can with such wrongs dispense. I know his eye doth homage otherwhere else. What lets it but he would be here? Sister, you know he promised me a chain. Would that alone, O love, he would detain, so he would keep fair quarter with his bed. I see the jewel best enameled will lose his beauty. Yet the gold bides still, that others touch, and often touching will wear gold. And no man that hath a name but falsehood and corruption doth it shame. Since that my beauty cannot please his eye, I'll weep what's left away and weeping die.
How many fond fools serve mad jealousy?
The gold I gave to Dromio is laid up safe at the centaur, and the heedful slave is wandered forth in care to seek me out. By computation and mine host's report, I could not speak with Dromio since at first I sent him from the mart. See now, here he comes. How now, sir, is your merry humor altered? As you love strokes, so jest with me again. You know no centaur, you received no gold. Thy mistress sent to have me home to dinner. My house was at the Phoenix. Wast thou mad that thou so madly doubtest answer me?
What answer, sir? When spake I such a word?
Even now, even here, not half an hour since.
I did not see you since you sent me hence, home to the centaur with the gold you gave me.
Villain, thou didst deny the gold receipt, and told me of a mistress and a dinner, for which I hope thou feltst I was displeased.
I am glad to see you in this merry vein, but what means this jest? I pray you, master, tell me.
Dost thou cheer and flout me in the face? Thinkest thou I jest? Hold, take thou that!
Sir, for God's sake! Now I see your jest is earnest. But upon what bargain do you give it to me?
Because I familiarly sometimes do use you for my fool, and chat with you, your sauciness will jest upon my love, and make a comment of my serious hours. When the sun shines, let the foolish gnat make sport, but creep in crannies when he hides his beams. If you will jest with me, know my aspect, and fashion your demeanor to my looks, or I will beat this method in your sconce.
Sconce, call you it? If you are to leave a battery, I had rather it ahead. And you use these blows long, I had better get a sconce for my head and ensconce it too. Else I shall be seeking my wit in my shoulders. But I pray you, sir, why am I beaten?
Dost thou not know?
Nothing, but that I am beaten.
Shall I tell you why?
Aye, sir. And wherefore? For they say every why hath a wherefore.
Why first for flouting me? And wherefore for urging it the second time to me?
Was there ever such a man thus beaten out of season, when in the why and the wherefore was neither rhyme nor reason? Well, sir, I thank you.
Thank me, sir, for what?
Marry, sir, for the something you gave me for nothing.
Well, sir, I'll make amends next to give you nothing for something. But pray, sir, is it dinner time?
No, sir, I think meat wants that I have.
Good time, sir, what's that?
Basting.
Well, sir, then 'twill be dry.
If it be, sir, I pray you eat none of it.
Your reason?
Lest it make you choleric and purchase me another dry basting.
Well, sir, learn to jest in good time. There's time for all things.
I durst have denied that before you were so choleric.
By what rule, sir?
Marry, sir, by a rule as plain as the plain bald pate of Father Time himself.
Let's hear it.
There's no time for a man to recover hair lost by nature.
May he not do it by fine and recovery?
Yes, to pay a fine for a periwig or recover the lost hair of another man.
Why is time such a niggard of a hair, being as it is so plentiful an excrement?
Because it is a blessing he bestows on beasts. And what he hath scanted men in hair, he hath given them in wit.
Why, thou didst conclude, hairy men, plain dealers without wit.
The plainer dealer, the sooner lost. Yet he loseth it in a kind of jollity.
For what reason?
For two, and sound ones too.
Nay, not sound, I pray you.
Sure ones, then.
Nay, not sure to think falsing.
Certain ones, then.
Name them.
For the one, that he saves the money he would spend in tiring. For the other, that at dinner they shall not drop in his porch.
And you would all this time have proved there is no time for all things.
Marry and did, sir. Namely, Ian, no time to recover hair lost by nature.
But your reason was not substantial why there is no time to recover it.
Thus I mend it. Time himself is bald, and therefore to the world's end will have bald followers.
Ha ha, I knew it would be a bald conclusion. But soft, who wafts us yonder?
I, Antipholus, look strange and frown. Some other mistress hath thy sweet aspects. I am not Adriana, nor thy wife. The time was once when thou unurged wouldst vow, that never words were music to thine ear, that never object pleasing to thine eye, that never touch well welcome to thine hand, that never meat sweet savour in thy taste, unless I spake, or look, or touched, or carved to thee. How comes it now, my husband? Oh, how comes it that thou art then estranged from thyself? Thyself, I call it, being strange to me, that undividable, incorporate, and better than thy dear self's better part. Ah, do not tear away thyself from me. For know, my love, as easy mayst thou take a drop of water in the breaking gulf, and take unmingled thence that same drop again without addition or diminishing, and as take from me thyself, and not me too. How dearly would it touch thee to the quick, shouldst thou but hear I were licentious, that this body, consecrate to thee, by ruffian lust should be contaminate. Wouldst thou not spit at me, and spurn at me, and hurl the name of husband in my face, and tear the stained skin off my harlot brow, and from my false hand cut the wedding ring, and break it with a deep divorcing vow? I know thou canst, and therefore see thou do it. I am possessed with an adulterate blood. My blood is mingled with the crime of lust. For if we two be one and thou play false, I do digest the poison of thy flesh, being strumpeted to thy contagion. Keep then fair league and truce with thy true bed. I live unstained, thou undishonored.
Pleased thou to me, fair dame? I know you not. In Ephesus I am but 2 hours old, as strange to your town as to your talk, who by all my wit being scanned lacks wit in all one world to understand.
Fie, brother, how the world has changed with you. When were you wont to use my sister thus? She sent for you by Dromio home to dinner.
By Dromio?
By me?
By thee! And this thou didst return to him, that he did buffet thee, and in his blows denied my house for his, me for his wife.
Did you converse, sir, with this gentlewoman? What is the course and drift of your compact?
I never saw her till this time.
Well, then how can she just call us by our names unless it is by inspiration?
How ill agrees it with your gravity to counterfight thus gloriously with your slave, abetting him to thwart me in my mood. Be it my wrong you are from me exempt, but wrong, not that wrong, with the more contempt. Come, I will fasten to the sleeve of the... Thou art an elm, my husband, I a vine, whose weakness married to thy stronger state makes me with thy strength to communicate. If aught possess thee from me, it is draws usurping ivy or idle moss, who, in all vaunted pruning, with intrusion infect thy sap and live on thy confusion.
To me she speaks. Moves me forth, seeing, what, was I married to her in my dream? Or dream I now and think I see and hear all this? And until I know this sure uncertainty, I'll entertain the offered fallacy.
Dromio, go bid the servants spread for dinner.
Oh, for my beads. Cross me for a sinner. This is the fairyland! Oh, spite of spites, we talk with goblins, owls, and sprites! If we obey them not, surely this will ensue. They'll suck our breath and pinch us black and blue.
Why prayest thou to thyself, and answer not? Dromio, thou Dromio. Thou snail, thou slug, thou sot!
I am transformed, master, am I not?
I think thou art in mind.
No, both in my mind and in my shape.
Thou hast an own form.
No, I'm an ape.
If thou art changed to aught, 'tis to an ass.
'Tis true. She rides me, and I long for grass. 'Tis so, I am an ass, and else it could never be, but I should know her as well as she knows me.
Come, no longer will I be a fool, to put the finger in the eye and weep whilst man and master laugh my woes to scorn. Come, sir, to dinner. Dromio, keep the gate. Husband, I'll dine above with you today and shrive you of 1,000 idle pranks. Sirrah, if any ask you for your master, say he dines forth and let no creature enter. Come, sister, Dromio, play the porter well.
Am I in earth, in heaven, or in hell? Sleeping or waking matter well advised, known to these, and to myself disguised. I'll say as they say and persevere so, and then dismissed at all adventures go!
Master, shall I be porter at the gate?
Aye, and let none enter lest I break your pate.
Come, Antipholus, we dine too late.
At your shop to see the making of our carcanet, and that tomorrow you will bring it home. But here's a villain that would face me down. I met him on the mart, and that I did beat him. I charged him with 1,000 marks of gold, and that I did deny my wife and house. Thou drunkard, thou, what dost thou mean by this?
Say what you will, sir, but I know what I know. You beat me at the mart, I have your hand to show. If my skin were parchment and the blows you gave were ink, you'd have your own handwriting to tell you what I think.
I think thou art an ass.
Marry, so it doth appear, by the wrongs I suffer and the blows I bear, I should kick being kicked, and being at that pass, you should keep from my heels and beware of an ass.
You're sad, Signor Balsar. Pray God our cheer may answer my goodwill with your good welcome here.
I hold your dainties cheap, sir, and you're welcome, dear.
Oh, Signor Balsar, either at flesh or fish, a table full of welcome makes scarce one dainty dish.
Good meat, sir, is common, that every churl affords.
Good welcome more common, for that's nothing but words.
Small cheer and great welcome makes a merry feast.
I to a niggardly host a more sparing guest, but though my cates be mean, take them in good part. Better cheer may you have, but not with better heart. But soft, the door is locked. Go open the Maracento.
Maud, Bridget, Marion, Gillian, Cecilia, Jim.
Maltors, cape and coxcomb, idiot, patch! Either get thee from the door or sit down at the hatch. Dost thou conjure for wenches that thou callst for such store? When one is one too many. Go, get thee from the door.
What patch is made my porter? The master stays in the street.
Let him walk from whence he came, lest he catch colds on feet.
Oh, who talks it in there? Open the door.
Aye, sir. I'll tell you when, and you tell me wherefore.
Wherefore, for my dinner I have not dined today.
Nor today here you must not. Come again when you may.
What art thou that keepest me from the house I owe?
The porter for this time, sir, and my name is Dromio.
O villain, thou hast stolen both mine office and my name. The one ne'er gave me credit, the other mickle blame. Thou hast been Dromio today in my place. I would have exchanged thy face for a name or thy name for an ass.
What a coil, Sir Dromio. Who are those at the gate?
Let my master in, Luce.
Faith, no. He comes too late, and so tell your master.
Oh, Lord, shall I laugh? Have it you with a proverb, shall I set in my staff?
How about you with another? That's when, can you tell?
If thy name be called Luce, thou hast answered him well.
Do you hear, you minion? You'll let us in, I hope. Thou baggest, let me in!
Master, knock the door hard.
Let him knock till it ache.
Is that at the door that keeps all this noise? By my troth, your town is troubled with unruly boys.
Wife, are you there? You might have come before.
Your wife's her name? Go get you from the door.
If you went in pain, master, this knave would go sore.
Here is neither cheers, sir, nor welcome. We would fain have either.
In debating which was best, we shall part with neither.
Master, bid them welcome hither.
There is something in the wind that we cannot get in.
You would not say so if your garments were thin. Your cake is warm within, yet you stand here in the cold. It would make a man mad as a buck to be so bought and sold.
Go fetch me something. I'll break open the gate.
Break any breaking here, and I'll break your knave's pate.
One may break a word with you, sir, and words are but wind, but best he break it in front of your face so he break it not behind.
It seems thou wants to breaking. Out upon behind.
Enough out upon thee, I pray thee, let me in.
Aye. When fowls have no feathers and fish have no fin.
Well, break it. Go borrow me a crow.
A crow without feather, master, mean you so? For a fish without fin, there's a fowl without feather. But if a crow will help us in, sirrah, we'll pluck your crow together.
Go get you gone and fetch me an iron crow.
Have patience, sir. Let it not be so. Herein you are against your reputation, and draw within the compass of suspect the unviolated honor of your wife. Once this, your long experience of her wisdom, her sober virtues, years, and modesty, plead on her part some cause to you unknown. And doubt not, but she will well excuse why at this time the doors are made against you. Be ruled by me, depart in patience, and let us to the Tiger all to dinner. And about evening, come yourself alone to know the reason for this strange restraint. If by strong hand you offer to break in, now, in the stirring passage of the day, a vulgar comment will be made of it. And that, supposed by the common route, against your yet ungalled estimation, that may with foul intrusion enter in and dwell upon your grave when you are dead. For slander lives upon succession, forever housed where it gets possession.
You have prevailed. I will depart in quiet, and despite of mirth, mean to be merry.
Hi.
I know a wench of excellent discourse, pretty, witty, wild, and yet too gentle. There will we dine. This woman that I mean, I protest without desert, hath often upbraided me withal. Go, get you gone and fetch the chain. By this I know 'tis made. Bring it to the Porpentine, for there will we dine. That chain will I bestow, be it for nothing but to spite my wife, upon my hostess there. Good sir, make haste. Since my own doors refuse to entertain me, I'll knock elsewhere to see if they'll disdain me.
I'll meet you at the place some hour hence.
Do so. This jest will cost me some expense.
And may it be that you have quite forgot a husband's office? Shall, Antipholus, even in the spring of love thy love springs rot? Shall love in building grow so ruinous? If you did wed my sister for her wealth, then for her wealth's sake use her with more kindness. Or if you like elsewhere, do it by stealth, muffle your false love with some show of blindness. Let not my sister read it in your eye. Be not thy tongue thy own shame's orator. Look sweet, speak fair, become disloyalty. Apparel vice like virtue's harbinger. Bear a fair presence, though your heart be tainted. Teach sin the carriage of a holy saint. Be secret false, what need she be acquainted? What simple thief brags of his own attaint? 'Tis double wrong to traunt with your bed, and let her read it in thy looks at board. Shame hath a bastard fame, well managed. Ill deeds is doubled with an evil word. Alas, poor woman, make us but believe, being compact of credit, that you love us. Though others have the arm, show us the sleeve. We in your motion turn, and you may move us. Then, gentle brother, get you in again. Comforts my sister, cheer her, call her wife. 'Tis holy sport to be a little vain when the sweet breath of flattery conquers strife.
Sweet mistress, what your name is, else I know not, nor by what wonder you do hit of mine. Less in your knowledge, less in your grace, you show not than earth's wonder, more than earth's divine. Oh, teach me, dear creature, how to think and speak. Lay open to my earthly gross conceit, smothered in errors, feeble, shallow, weak. the folded meaning of your words, deceit. Against my soul's pure truth, why labor you to make it wander in an unknown field? Are you a god? Would you create me new? Transform me then, and to your power I'll yield. But if that I am I, then well I know your sister is no wife of mine. Nor to her bed no homage do I owe. But far more to you do I decline. Sing siren for thyself, and I will dote. Spread o'er these silver waves thy golden hairs, and as a bed I'll take thee. And there lie, and in that glorious supposition think, he hath gained by death that hath such means to die. Let love, being light, be drowned if she sink.
What, are you mad that you do reason so?
Not mad, but mated. How, I do not know.
It is a fault that springeth from your eye.
For gazing in your fair beams, fair sun being by.
Gaze where you should, and that will clear your sight.
'Tis good to wink sweet love as look on night.
Why call you me love? Call my sister so.
Thy sister's sister.
That's my sister.
No, it is thyself. Thou art me, my food, my fortune, my sweet hope's aim, my soul earth's heaven, and my heaven's claim.
All this my sister is, or else should be.
Call thyself sister sweet, for I am thee. Thee will I love, and with thee lead my life. Thou hast no husband yet, nor I no wife. Give me thy hand.
Oh, soft, sir, hold you still. I'll fetch my sister to get her goodwill.
How now, Dromio? Where runnest thou so fast?
Do you know me, sir? Am I Dromio? Am I your man? Am I myself?
Thou art Dromio, thou art my man, thou art thyself.
I am an ass! I am a woman's man, and besides myself.
Woman's man, and how besides thyself?
Besides myself, I am due to a woman, one that claims me, one that haunts me, one that will have me.
What claim lays she to thee?
Marry, sir, such a one as you would lay to your horse, and she would have me as a beast. Not that I, being a beast, she would have me, but that she, being a very beastly creature, would lay claim to me.
What is she?
A very reverent body. I, such a one as a man may not speak of without saying, Sir, reverence, I have but lean luck in the match. And yet she is a wondrous fat marriage.
How dost thou mean a fat marriage?
Marry, sir, she's the kitchen wench, and all grease, and I know not what used to put her to, but to make a lamp of her and run from her by her own light. I warrant her rags and the tallow in them could burn a pole in winter. If she lives till doomsday, she'll burn a week longer than the whole world.
What complexion is she of?
Swart like my shoe, but her face is nothing so clean kept. For why? She sweats a man may go over shoes in the grime of it.
That's a fault that water will mend.
No, sir. 'Tis ingrain. Noah's flood could not do it.
What's her name?
Nell, sir. That's her name in 3/4. That's an L. And 3/4 could not measure her from hip to hip.
And she bears some breadth.
No longer from head to foot, then from hip to hip. She's spherical. like a globe. I could find countries in her.
In what part of her body stands Ireland?
Marry, sir, in her buttocks. I found it out by the bogs.
Where's Scotland?
By the Baroness, hard in the palm of her hand.
Where France?
I found it armed and reverted, making war against her heir.
Where England?
I looked for the chalky cliffs, but I could find no whiteness in them. But I guess they ran between the salt room between France and it.
Where's Spain?
Faith, I saw it not, but I felt it in her hot breath.
Where America? The Indies?
Oh, sir, upon her nose, all over embellished with rubies and carbuncle sapphires, declining their rich aspect on the hot breath of Spain, who sent whole armados of carracks to be blessed at her nose.
Where Belgium? The Netherlands?
Oh, sir, I did not look so low. To conclude, this drudge or diviner laid claim to me, called me Dromio, swore I was assured to her, and then told me what privy marks I had about me, such as the mole on my neck, the mark on my shoulder, the wart on my left arm, that I, amazed, ran from her as a witch. I warned my breast had not been made of faith, and my heart of steel, she'd have transformed me to a curtal dog and made me returneth the wheel.
Go hide thee presently, post to the road, and if the wind blow any way from port, I will not harbor in this town tonight. If the ships blow any way from port, I will wait in the mart, and there you come to me. If everybody knows us, and we know none, 'tis time, I think, to trudge pack and be gone.
As from a bear, a man would run for life, so fly I from her that would be my wife.
There's none but witches do inhabit here. She that doth call me husband, even my soul doth for a wife abhor. But her fair sister, possessed with such a gentle, sovereign grace, such enchanting presence and discourse, has almost made me traitor to myself. Lest I be guilty to self-wrong, I'll stop mine ears against the mermaid's song.
Master Antipholus?
Aye, that's my name.
I know it well, sir. Lo, here's the chain.
What is your will that I shall do with this?
What please yourself, sir. I have made it for you.
For me, sir, I bespoke it not.
Not once, not twice, but 20 times you have. Go home with it and fetch your wife withal, and soon at supper time I'll come and then receive my money for the chain.
I pray you, sir, receive your money now, for fear you ne'er see chain nor money more.
You are a merry man, sir. Fare you well.
What I should think of this, I cannot tell. But this I think. There's not a man so vain that would refuse so fair an offered chain. I see a man need not live by shifts when in the streets he meets such golden gifts. I'll to the mart and for there Dromio stay, and if any ship put forth, then straight away.
You know, since Pentecost, the sum is due. And since we have not much important, you, nor now we had not, but that we are bound to Persia. Therefore, make present satisfaction, or will attach you by these officers.
Even just the sum that I do owe to you is growing to me by Antipholus. And in the instant that I met with you, he had of me a chain. At 5 o'clock I shall receive the money for the same. Please, if you walk with me down to his house, I will discharge my bond and thank you too.
That labor may you save. See where he comes.
Goldsmith's house. Go thou and buy a rope, son. That will I bestow upon my wife and her confederates who are locking me out of doors by day. But soft, I see the goldsmiths. Go thou, buy thou a rope, and bring it home.
I buy 1,000 pound a year, I buy a rope.
I promised your presents and the chain, yet neither goldsmith nor chain came to me. Be like you thought our love would last too long if it were chained together, and therefore came not.
Saving your merry humor, here's the note, how much the chain weighs to the utmost care, to the fineness of the gold in chargeful fashion, which doth amount to 3 odd ducats more than I stand indebted to these gentlemen. I pray you see them presently discharged, for they are bound to see and stay but for it.
I am not furnished with the present money, besides I have business in town. Good signor, take the stranger to my house, and with you take the chain, and bid my wife disperse the sum of the receipt thereof. Perchance I will be there as soon as you.
Then you will bring the chain to her yourself?
No, bring it with you, lest I come not time enough.
Well, so I will. Have you the chain about you?
And if I have not, I hope you have, or else you may return without your money.
Nay, come, I pray you, sir, give me the chain. Both wind and tide stay for these gentlemen, and I to blame have held them here too long.
Good Lord, you used this dalliance to excuse your breach of promise to the Porpentine. I should have chid you for not bringing up like a shrew you first begin to brawl.
Come, come, you know I gave it you even now.
Fine, now you run this humor out of breath. I pray you, let me see the chain.
My business cannot brook this dalliance. Good sir, say where'er you'll answer us, or no, or else I'll leave him to the officer.
I answer you, what should I answer you for?
The money that you owe me for the chain.
I owe you none till I receive the chain.
You know I gave you half an hour since.
You gave me none. You wronged me much to say so.
You wronged me more, sir, and denied. Consider how it stands upon my credit.
Well, officer, arrest him at our suit.
I do, and charge you in the Duke's name to obey me.
This touches me in reputation. Either consent to pay this sum for me, or I attach you by this officer.
Consent to pay me I never had. Arrest me, foolish fellow, if thou darest.
Here is that fee, officer. Arrest him. I would not spare my brother in this case if you should scorn me so apparently.
I do arrest you. You hear the suit?
I do obey thee till I give bail. But soft, you shall buy this sport as dear as all the metal in your shop will answer for.
Sir, sir, I shall have law in Ephesus. To your notorious shame, I doubt it not.
There's a bark of Abnedamnum that stays but till her master comes aboard, and then she bears away. Our fraughtage I've conveyed aboard, and I have bought the oil, balsamum, and aqua vitae. The ship is in her trim, the merry wind blows fair from land. They stay for naught at all, but for their master, owner, and yourself.
How now, madman? Thou drunken slave, what ship of Epidamium stays for me?
A ship you sent me to hire waftage.
I sent thee for a rope and told thee to what purpose and what end.
You sent me for a rope's end as soon. You sent me to the bay for a bark.
I'll debate this matter with you at more leisure and teach your ears to listen to me with more heed. To Adriana Villain, hide thee straight. Give her this key and tell her in the desk covered o'er the Turkish tapestry there's a purse of ducats. Let her send it. Tell her I am arrested in the street, and that shall bail me. To Adriana Villain, be gone. On, officer, to prison till it come.
To Adriana's. That is where we dined. Where Dowsabel did claim me for her husband. She is too big, I hope, for me to compass. Thither I must, though against my will, for servants must their master's mind fulfill.
Ah, Luciana, did he tempt thee so? Mightst thou perceive austerely in his eye that in earnest he did plead? Yea or no? Looked he or red, or sad, or mad, or merrily? What observation madest thou in this case of his heart's meteors tilting in his face?
First, he denied you had in him no right.
He meant he did me none, the more my spite.
Then swore he that he was a stranger here.
And true he swore, though yet, forsworn he were.
Then pleaded I for you.
And what said he?
That love I begged for you, he begged of me.
With what persuasion did he tempt thy love?
With words that in an honest suit might move. First he did praise my beauty, then my speech.
Did it speak him fair?
Have patience, I beseech.
I cannot, nor I will not hold me still. My tongue, though not my heart, shall have his will. He is deformed, crooked, old and sere, ill-faced, worse-bodied, shapeless everywhere, vicious, ungentle, foolish, blunt, unkind, stigmatical in making, worse in mind.
Who would be jealous then of such a one? No evil lost is wailed when it is gone.
Ah, but I think him better than I say, and would yet herein others' eyes were worse. Far from a nest the lapwing cries away. My tongue does pray for him, though my heart do curse.
Here, go, the desk, the purse. Sweat now, make haste.
How hast thou lost thy breath?
By running fast.
Where is thy master Dromio? Is he well?
No! He's in Tartar limbo, worse than hell. A devil in an everlasting garment hath him. One whose hard heart is buttoned up in steel. A fiend, a fairy, pitiless and rough. A wolf. Nay, worse, a fellow, dressed in buff. A shoulder clap or a back fiend, one that countermands the passages of alleys, creeks, and narrow lands. A hound that runs counter and yet draws dry foot well. One that before the judgment day draws all poor souls to hell.
Why, man, what is the matter?
I know not the matter. Only he is arrested on the case.
What is he arrested? Tell me at whose suit.
I know not at whose suit he is arrested, but is in a suit of buff that arrested him, that I can tell. Will you send him, mistress, redemption, the money in the desk?
Go fetch it, sister. This I wonder at, that he unknown to me should be in debt. Tell me, was he arrested on a band?
Not on a band, on a stronger thing, a chain. Do you not hear it ring?
What, the chain?
No, the bell. 'Tis time that I were gone. 'Twas 2 ere I left him, and now the clock strikes 1.
The hours come back, that did I never hear.
If any hour meet a sergeant, a turns back for very fear.
As if time were in debt. How fondly dost thou reason?
Time is a very bankrupt, and owes more than he's worth to season. Nay, he's a thief too. Have you not heard men say that time comes stealing on by night and day? If it be in this debt and theft and a sergeant in the way, hath he not reason to turn back an hour in a day?
Go, Dromio, there's the money. Bring thy master home and hurry. Come, sister, I am pressed down with conceit my comfort and my injury.
But doth salute me, as if I were some well-acquainted friend. And everyone doth call me by my name. Some offer money to me, some invite me, some offer me commodities to buy. Even now a tailor called me in his shop, showed me silks that he had bought for me, and therewithal took measure of my body. Sure, these are but imaginary wiles, and Lapland sorcerers inhabit here.
Master, here's the gold you sent me for. My. Have you got the picture of old Adam new apparelled?
What gold is this? What Adam dost thou mean?
Not that Adam that kept the paradise, that Adam that keeps the prison. He that goes in the calfskin, killed for the prodigal. He that came behind you, sir, like an evil angel and bid you, forsake your liberty.
I understand thee not.
No. Why, 'tis a plain case. He that goes like a bass-viol on a case of leather. He that when men are tired, grants them a sob and gives them rest. He that takes pity on decayed men and grants them suits of durance. He that sets up his rest in such a way to do more exploits with his mace than a Morris pike.
What thou meanst an officer?
Aye, sir, the sergeant of the band. He that makes any man answer that breaks his band. One that thinks man is always going to bed and says, God give you good rest.
Well, sir, there rest in your foolery. Is there any ship at forth tonight? May we be gone?
Why, sir, I brought you word an hour since that the bark Epidamnum put forth tonight. And then you were hindered by the sergeant to tarry for the hoy delay. Here are the angels you sent me for to deliver you.
The fellow is distract, and so am I. Here we wander in illusions. Some blessed power deliver us from hence.
Ah! Well met, Master Antipholus. I see, sir, you have found the goldsmith now. Is that the chain you promised me today?
Satan avoid! I charge thee, tempt me not.
Master, is this Mistress Satan?
It is.
Nay, she is worse. She is the devil's dam, and here she comes in the habit of a light wench. And thereof comes that the wenches say, God burn me, which is as much to say as, God make me a light wench. It is written, they will come to us appearing as angels of light. Light is an effect of fire, and fire will burn. Ergo, light wenches will burn. Come not near her.
Your man and you are marvelous merry, sir. Will you go with me? We'll mend our dinner here.
Master, if you do expect spoon meat, or bespeak a long spoon.
Why, Domio?
He must have a long spoon that eats with the devil.
Avoid then, fiend! What's this thou tellest me of supping? Thou art, as you all are, a sorceress. I conjure thee to leave me and be gone.
Give me the ring of mine you had at dinner, or, for my diamond, the chain you promised. And I'll be gone, sir, and not trouble you.
Some devils ask, but the parings of one's nail. A hair, a rush, a drop of blood, a pin, a cherry stone. But she, more covetous, would have a chain. Master, be wise. If you give it to her, the devil will shake her chain and fright us with it.
I pray you, sir, my ring, or else the chain. I hope you do not mean to cheat me so.
Avaunt, thou witch! Come, Domio, let us go.
Fly pride, says the peacock. Mistress, that you know.
Now, out of doubt, Antipholus is mad. Else would he never so demean himself. A ring he hath, of mine, worth 40 ducats, and for the same he promised me a chain. Both one and other he denies me now. The reason that I gather he is mad, besides this present instance of his rage, is a mad tale he told today at dinner, of his own doors being shut against his entrance. Belike his wife, acquainted with his fits, on purpose shut the doors against his way. My way is now to hie home to his house, and tell his wife that being lunatic, he rushed into my house, and took, perforce, my ring away. This course I fittest choose, for 40 ducats is too much to lose.
Fear me not, man, I will not break away. I will give thee, ere I leave thee, so much money to warrant thee as I am rested for. My wife is in a wayward mood today and will not lightly trust the messenger I should be attached in Ephesus. I tell you, 'twill sound harshly in her ears. Oh, but here comes my man. I think he has what I sent thee for. How now, sir? Have thee what I sent you for?
Here's that, I warrant you will pay them all.
But where's the money?
Oh, sir, I gave the money for the rope.
500 ducats for rope.
I'll serve you, sir. 500 at the rate.
To what end did I bid thee hie thee home?
To a rope's end, sir, and to that end I am returned.
And to that end I will welcome you.
Good sir, be patient.
Nay, 'tis for me to be patient. I am in adversity.
Good, now hold thy tongue.
May rather persuade him to hold his hands.
Thou whoreson, senseless!
I would I were senseless. I might not have to feel your blows.
Thou art sensible and nothing but blows, and so is an ass.
I am an ass indeed. You may prove it by my long years. I have served him from the hour of my nativity to this instant, and I have nothing at his hands to show except for blows. When I am warm, he cools me with beatings. When I am cold, he warms me with beatings. I am raised with it when I sit, waked with it when I sleep, driven out of doors with it, welcomed home to it when I return. I bear it as a beggar wont her brat, and I think once he hath laid me, I shall beg with it from door to door.
Come, go along. I see my wife comes yonder.
Mistress, respect your end, or rather, to talk silently here. Beware the rope's end.
Wilt thou still talk?
How say you now? Is not your husband mad?
His incivility confirmed no less. Good Dr. Pinch, you are a conjurer. Establish him as nuisance again, and I will please you what you will demand.
Alas, how fiery and sharp he looks.
Mark, how he trembles at his
Deus, nole id facite malum tristum cantus. Tristum cantum. Give me your hand and let me feel your pulse.
Here's my hand. I feel your ear.
I charge thee, Satan, housed within this man, to yield possession to my holy prayers and to thy state of darkness. Hide thee straight. I conjure thee by all the saints in heaven.
Peace, doting wizard, peace. I'm not mad.
Oh, thou wert not, poor distressed soul.
You minion, you? Are these your customers? This companion with the saffron face revel and feasted at my house, whilst upon me the guilty doors were shut and I locked out.
Oh, husband, God doth know you dined at home today. Where would you have remained from this open slander?
Dined at home. Thou villain, what sayest thou?
Sir, sooth to say, you did not dine at home.
Were not the doors locked up and I shut out?
Purdy, the doors were locked and you shut out.
And did she not revile me there?
Sans fable, she herself reviled you there.
And did not her kitchen maid rail, taunt, and scorn me?
Curtis, her kitchen maid rail, taunted, and scorned you.
And did not I enraged depart from thence?
In verity he did. My bones bears witness to the vigor of his rage.
Is it good to soothe them in these contraries?
It is no shame. The fellow finds his vein, and yielding to him humors well his frenzy.
Thou hast suborned the goldsmith to arrest me.
Alas, I sent you money to redeem you by Dromio here, who came in haste for it.
Heart and goodwill you might, but I assure you, master, not a rag of money.
Worst thou not to her for a purse of ducats?
He came to me, and I delivered it.
And I am witness with her that she did.
God and rope maker bear me witness that I was sent for nothing but to rope.
Mistress! Both man and master is possessed. I know it by their pale and deadly looks. They must be bound and laid in some dark room.
Say wherefore thou didst lock me forth today, and why dost thou deny the bag of gold?
I did not, gentle husband, lock thee forth.
And I, gentle master, receive no gold.
Dissembling villain! Thou speakest false and bold!
Disassembling harlot! Thou art false and all! I can better with the damn pack to make a loathsome abject scorn of me. With these hands I'll pluck out these false eyes, though behold in me the shameful sport.
Oh, bind him, let him not come near me.
More company! The fiend is strong within him!
Why me, poor man, how pale and wan he looks.
What, wilt you murder me? Thou jailer, thou, I am thy prisoner. Will you not suffer them to make a rescue?
Masters, let him go. He is my prisoner. Ye shall not have him.
Go, bind this man, for he is frantic too.
What wilt thou do, thou peevish officer? Hast thou delight to see a wretched man do outrage and displeasure to himself?
He is my prisoner. If I let him go, the debt he owes will be required of me.
I will discharge thee ere I go from thee. Bear me forthwith unto his creditor, and knowing how the debt grows, I will pay it. Good master doctor, see him home safe conveyed to my house. Oh, most unhappy day.
Oh, most unhappy strumpet!
Master, I am entered here in bond for you.
Oh, wherefore dost thou mad me?
And be bound for nothing, be mad, good master, cried the devil.
God help poor souls, how idly do they tap!
Go bear him hence, sister, go you with him. Say now, whose suit is he arrested at?
One Angelo, a goldsmith. Do you know him?
Oh, I know the man. What is the sum he owes?
200 ducats.
Say, how grows it due?
Due for a chain your husband had of him.
He did beseek a chain for me, but had it not.
Whenas your husband, all enraged today, came to my house and took away my ring. The ring I saw on his finger now. Straight after, did I meet him with the chain?
It may be so, but I did never see it. Come, jailer, bring me to where the goldsmith is. I long to know the truth hereof at large.
God, for thy mercy, they're loose again!
And come with naked swords, let's come or help them out again!
Oh wait, they kill us!
I see these witches are afraid of swords.
She that would be your wife now ran from you.
Come to the centaur and fetch your stuff from hence. I long that we are safe and sound aboard.
Faith, stay here this night. They will surely do us no harm, for you see, they speak us fair and give us gold. Methinks this is such a gentle nation that, but for the mountain of mad flesh that claims marriage of me, I could find it in my heart to stay here still and turn witch.
I will not stay tonight for all the town. Therefore, wait to get our stuff aboard.
I protest. He had the chain of me, though most honestly he doth deny it.
How is the man esteemed here in the city?
A very reverend reputation, sir, of credit infinite, highly beloved, second to none that lives here in the city. His word might bear my wealth at any time.
Shh, speak softly. Yonder, as I think he walks.
'Tis so, and that self-chain about his neck, which he forswore most monstrously to have. Good sir, draw near to me, I'll speak to him. Signor Antipholus, I wonder much that you would put me to the shame and trouble, and not without some scandal to yourself, with oaths and circumstance so to deny this chain which now you wear so openly. Besides the charge, the shame, imprisonment, You have done wrong to these my honest friends, who but for staying on our controversy had hoisted sail and set to sea today. This chain you had of me, can you deny it?
I think it be I never did deny it.
Yes, sir, that you did, and forswore it too.
Who heard me to deny it or forswear it?
These ears of mine thou knowest didst hear thee. Fear and thee, wretch, 'tis pity that thou livest to walk where any honest men resort.
Thou art a villain to impeach me thus, and I will defend mine honor and mine honesty against thee presently, if thou dare stand.
We dare, and do defy thee for a villain.
Hold, hurt him not, for God's sake, he is mad. Some get within him. Take his sword away and bind Romeo to you and bear them to my house.
Run, master, run, for God's sake, take a house. This is some priory. In or we are spoiled.
To fetch my poor distracted husband hence. Let us come in that we may bind him fast and bear him home for his recovery.
I knew he was not in his perfect wits.
We are sorry that we did draw on him.
How long hath this possession held man?
This week he hath been heavy, sour, and sad, and much different from the man he was. Till this afternoon his passion never did break into extremity of rage.
Hath he not lost much wealth by rack of sea? Buried some dear friend? Hath not else his eye strayed his affection unlawful love, a sin prevailing much in youthful men, who give their eyes the liberty of gazing? Which of these sorrows will be subject to?
To none of these except it be the last, namely some love that drew him off from home.
You should, for that, have reprehended him.
Why, so I did.
Aye, but not rough enough.
As roughly as my modesty would let me.
Happily in private.
And in assemblies too.
Aye, but not enough.
It was the copy of our conference. In bed he slept not for my urging it. At board he fed not for my urging it. Alone it was the subject of my theme. In company I often glanced at. Still did I tell him it was vile and bad.
And thereof came that the man was mad. The venom clamors of a jealous woman, poisons more deadly than a mad dog's sleep. It seems his sleeps were hindered by thy railing, and thereof comes it that his head is light.
Thou sayest his meat was sauced with thy upbraidings. Unquiet meals make for ill digestions. Thereof the raging fire fever bred, and what's a fever but a fit of madness?
Thou sayest his sports were hindered by thy brawl. Sweet recreation barred, what doth ensue but moody and dull melancholy, kinsman to grim and comfortless despair, and at her heel a huge infectious streak of pale distemper and both the last.
In food, in sport, and life-preserving rest, to be disturbed would mad or man or beast. The consequence is then thy jealous fits hath scared thy husband from his use of wits.
She never reprehended him but mildly, when he demeaned himself rough, rude, and wildly. Why bear you these rebukes and answer not?
She did betray me to my own reproof. Good people enter and lay hold on him.
No! Not a creature enters my house.
Then let your servants bring my husband forth.
Neither. He took this place as sanctuary and shall privilege him. Till I brought him to his wits again, or lose my labor in saying it.
It's still bleeding, but
I will attend my husband.
we're just gonna run on stage like this because I just got away from
Diet
angry
and
and
sickness court is my office and will have no attorney but myself. And therefore, then home with me.
It's totally fine.
For I will not stir till I have used the approved means I have with old syrups, drugs, and holy prayers to make it a formal matter. It is a branch and parcel of mine own, a charitable duty of my order. Therefore, depart. Leave here with me.
I will not hence leave my husband. And ill enough to see your promise to separate the husband and the wife.
Be quiet and depart. Thou shalt not have.
Complain unto the Duchess of this indignity.
Come, go, I will call
prostrate feet, and never rise until my tears and prayers have won her grace to come in person hither, and take for force my husband from the abbess.
By this, I think the dial points at 5. Anon, I'm sure, the Duchess herself, in person, comes this way to the melancholy vale, the place of death and sorry execution, behind the ditches of the abbey here.
Upon what cause?
To see a reverend Syracusian merchant, who put unluckily into this bay, against the laws and statutes of this town, beheaded publicly for his offense.
See where they come. We will behold his death.
Kneel to the Duchess before she passes.
Yet once again, proclaim it publicly. If any friend shall pay the sum, he shall not die. So much we tender him.
Justice, most sacred Duchess, against the abbess.
She is a virtuous and reverend lady. It cannot be that she hath done thee wrong.
May it please your grace. Antipholus, my husband, who I may lord of me, and all I had at your important letter this ill day, most outrageous fit of madness took him, that desperately he hurried through the street, with him his bond, and all as mad as he, doing displeasure to the citizens by rushing in their houses, bearing thence rings, jewels, anything as great as like. Once did I get him bound lost to take order for the wrongs I went, anon I wot not by what strong escape, he broke from those that had the guard of him, and with his mad attendant and himself, each one with the ear of a passion, with drawn swords, menaced again and madly bent on us, chases away till raising him more aid, we came again to bind him. Then they fled into the abbey here, whither we pursued him, and here they best shuts the gates on us, and will not suffer us to fetch him out, nor send him forth, and we bear him hence for help. Therefore, most gracious Duchess, with thy command, let him be brought forth and borne hence for help.
Long since thy husband served me in my wars, and I to thee engaged a prince's word, when thou didst make him master of thy bed, to do him all the graces and good I could. Go, some of you, knock at the abbey gate, and bid the lady abbess come to me. I will determine this before I stir.
Mistress! Oh, mistress! Shift and save yourself! My master's matter both broke loose, beaten the maids a row, and bound the doctor, whose beard they have singed off with brands of fire, and ever as it blazed, they threw on him great puddled pails of mire to quench the hair. My master preaches patience to him, and the while his man with scissors makes him like a fool, and sure, if you not send some present help between them, they will kill the conjurer.
Peace, fool. Thy master and his man are here, and that is false thou dost report to us.
Mistress, upon my life I tell you true. I have not barely breathed since I did see it. He cries for you, and vows that if he could take you to scorch your hair, and to disfigure you. Hark, hark, I hear him fly, mistress, be gone!
Come, stand by me. Fear nothing. Guard with halberds.
Ay me, it is my husband. Witness you that he is born about invisible. Even now we housed him here, now he's there. Past thought of human reason.
Justice, most gracious lady, oh grant me justice. Even for the service that long since I did thee, when I bestood thee in the wars and took deep scars to save thy life. Even for the blood that I lost for thee, oh grant me justice.
Unless the fear of death doth make me dote. I see my son Antipholus, and Dromio.
Justice, sweet prince, against that woman there, whom thou gavest to be my wife. Beyond imagination is the wrong that this day she has shamefully thrown upon me.
Discover how.
And thou shalt find me just.
Upon this day she hath locked me out of my doors and feasted with harlots in my house.
A grievous fault, say woman, didst thou so?
No, my good lord. Myself, he, and my sister today did dine together. So before my soul, as this is false, he burdens me withal.
Never may I look on day nor sleep on night, but she tell your highness simple truth.
O perjured woman, they are both forsworn. In this the madman justly chargeth them.
My liege, I am advised that I say, neither disturbed with the effect of wine, nor had he rash provoked with raging ire. Be it my action may make one wiser mad. That woman there locked me out this day from dinner. That goldsmith there wearing up back so there could witness it, for he was with me there, who promised to fetch me the chain, who parted with me to go fetch the chain, bringing it to the porpentine where Boston and I did dine. Having finished our meal and he not coming thither, I went out into the street to meet him, and in the company met that gentleman. This perjured goldsmith did swear me down that I this day of him received the chain, which God he knows I saw not, for which he did arrest me with an officer. Then kindly I sent my peasant home for certain ducats, he with none returned. Then fairly I bespoke the officer to go with me to my house. Along the way we met my wife, her sister, and of rabble more vile confederates, along with one pinch, a vile lean-faced villain, a mountebank, and a threadbare juggler. This pernicious slave, forsooth, gazing into my eyes and feeling my pulse with no faces facing me, cried out I was bewitched, and then they all fell upon me, bound me, and bore me thence, and in dark dakish vault at home, bound together both me and my man, till gnawing our bonds in sunder, came hither to meet your grace, whom I asked to give us ample satisfaction for this most sensitive issue.
My lady, thus far I witnessed with him that he dined not at home, but was locked out.
But had he a chain with thee, or no?
He had, my lady, and when he ran in here, these people saw the chain about his neck.
Besides, I'll be sworn I heard you confess you had the chain of him when you first forswore on the mark, and thereupon we drew our swords on you. And then you fled into this abbey here, and from whence I think you are come by miracle.
I ne'er came within these abbey walls. You never drew your swords on me, and I ne'er received the chain. And this is false you burden me withal.
Why, what an intricate impeach is this. I think you all have drunk of Circe's cup. If here you housed him, here he would have been. If he were mad, he would not speak so coldly. You say he dined at home. The goldsmith here denies that saying. Sirrah, what say you?
Sir, he dined with her there at the Porpentine.
He did. From my finger snatched that ring.
'Tis true, this ring I had of her.
Sawest thou him enter at the abbey here?
As sure, my liege, as I do see your grace.
Why, this is strange. Go call the abbess hither. I think you are all mated or stark mad.
Most mighty Duchess, vouchsafe me speak a word. Haply, I see a friend will save my life, and pay the sum that may deliver me.
Speak freely, Syracusian. What thou wilt.
Is not your name, sir, called Antipholus? Does not that your bondman Dromio?
Within this hour I was his bondman, sir, but he, I think, him knotted to my cords. Now am I Dromio and this man unbound?
I'm sure both of you remember me.
Ourselves we do remember you, sir, for we were once bound as you are now. You are not Pinch's patient, are you?
Why look you on me strange? You know me well.
I ne'er saw you in my life till now.
Oh, grief have changed me since you saw me last. And careful hours with time's deformed hands written strange features on my face. But to tell me yet, dost thou not know my voice?
Neither.
Dromio, nor thou?
No, nor I.
I'm sure thou dost.
But I'm sure I do not, and whatsoever a man denies, you are now bound to believe him.
Oh, time's extremity hast thou so cracked and splitted my poor tongue, that in 7 short years here my only son knows not my feeble key of untuned cares. Though now this grained face of mine be hid in sap-consuming winter's drizzled snow, and all the conduits of my blood froze up, yet hath my night of life some memory, my wasting lamps some fading glimmer left, my dull deaf ears are little used to hear. All these old witnesses, I cannot dare tell me thou art my son Antipholus.
I ne'er met my father in my life.
But 7 years since, in Syracuse, boy, thou knowest we parted. But perhaps Thou shamest to acknowledge me in misery.
The Duchess and all that know me in this city can witness that it is not so. I ne'er saw Syracuse in my life.
Tell thee, Syracusian, 20 years have I been patron to Antipholus, in which time he ne'er saw Syracusia. I see thy age and dangers make thee dote.
Most mighty Duchess, the old man, much wrong.
I see 2 husbands, or mine eyes deceive me.
One of these men is genius to the other. And so, of these which is a natural man and which is a spirit, who deciphers them?
I, Sir Andromio, command him away.
I, Sir Dromio, pray let me stay.
Aetion thou not, or else his ghost.
My old master, who hath bound him so?
Whoever bound him. I shall loose his bonds, gain a husband by his liberty. Speak, old Aegean, if thou beest the same man that hadst a wife once called Amelia, who bore thee as a burden 2 fair sons. Oh, thou beest the same Aegean. Speak, and speak unto the same Amelia.
Why, here begins his morning story right. These 2 Antipholuses, these 2 so alike, and these 2 other Antipholuses, one in semblance. Besides her urging at the rack at sea, these are the parents to these 2 children, which accidentally are met together.
I dream not thou art Amelia. If thou art she, tell me, where is the son that floated with thee on the fatal raft?
By men of Epidamium, he and I and the twin Dromio all were taken up. But by and by, rude fishermen of Corinth took Dromio, my son, from them. And me, they left with those of Epidamium. What then became of them, I cannot say. I, to this fortune that you see here.
Antipholus, thou camest from Corinth first.
Not I. I came from Syracuse.
Stay, stand apart, I know not which is which.
I came from Corinth, my most gracious lady.
And I with him.
Brought to this town by your most renowned uncle, Duke Metaphon, the great warrior.
Which of you 2 did dine with me today?
Aye, gentle mistress.
And are you not my husband?
No. I say no to that.
And so do I. Yet she did call me so, and her fair sister did call me brother. What I told you then, I hope I shall have leisure to make good, if this be not a dream I see and hear.
That is the chain which you had of me.
I think it be, I deny it not.
And for that chain, you had me arrested.
I think I did, sir. I deny it not.
I sent you money, sir, to be your bail, by Dromio, but I think he brought it not.
This purse of ducats I did receive from you, and Dromio my man did bring them me. I see we still did meet each other's man, and I was ta'en for him and he for me, and thereupon these errors arose.
These ducats I do pawn for my father's life.
Shall not need. Thy father hath his life.
Sir, I must have that diamond from you.
Here, and much thanks for my good cheer.
Renowned Duchess, vouchsafe to take the pains to go with us into the abbey here, And here at large discoursed all our fortunes, and all that are assembled in this place, that by this sympathized one day's error have suffered wrong. Go, keep us company, and we shall make full satisfaction. For 33 years, I have but gone in travail of you, my sons, and till this present hour my heavy burden ne'er delivered. The Duchess, my husband, and my children both, and you, the calendars of their nativity. Go to a gossip's feast and go with me. After so long grief, such nativity.
With all my heart, I'll gossip at this feast.
Master, shall I fetch your stuff from shipboard?
Dromio, what stuff of mine hast thou embarked?
The goods you have me lay up at the Centaur.
He speaks to me. I am your master, Dromio. Go, we'll look to that anon. Embrace thy brother, rejoice with him.
Friend at your master's house that kitchened me for you today at dinner. She now shall be my sister and not my wife.
Methinks you are my glass and not my brother, for I see by you I am a sweet-faced youth. Now shall we walk in and see their talking?
No, sir. You are my senior.
That is the question. How shall we try it?
We'll draw cuts for the elder. Till then, lead thou first.
We came into the world as brother and brother. Now let us leave hand in hand, not one before another.
Tomorrow at school, but have a great night. And thank you to Mr. Sipe and Mr. Showalter for their amazing direction.